What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka let me suck your kneecaps, aka butter my biscuits, aka Komaki Tiger Dropper, aka who keep putting that Noxeme on my ass. Oh god. AKA the nigga lip master, bringing you yet another episode of Switch's Sights, episode 163, baby. Man, this is probably the longest I felt like a huge gap between episodes. Now since switching to the bi-weekly schedule, feels like it's been forever since I've recorded, but hey, I'm not complaining though. I'm not complaining. Outside of that, man, well, life is life. Today's date is September 22nd, 2022. Man, that's kind of crazy. It was just August the other day. That's kind of crazy. We really literally about to be in October. That is surreal. That is surreal. Well, hey, time keep on slipping, like that one song, fucking flying like an eagle or something. The ignorance. Well, got a good episode for you today. Some stuff was popping off. If literally this week felt like a second E3 in a lot of ways. Some intentionally, some very unintentionally, which we will get into in just a bit. You know what? Let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. Biggest news in probably like a long time, I'd say. We gotta talk about it. The big elephant in the room. 5 elephants in the room, really, given the significance of this game. GTA6 was leaked. A huge ass leak of GTA6. My goodness. So apparently, my understanding, or actually, Rockstar actually talked about it as well, but at least before that, it popped off like Sunday night, or Saturday morning, or Saturday night, Sunday morning, and man, it was basically some big leaks showing pretty much basically the game. Obviously a lot of the stuff was unfinished, but like damn near 80 videos were circulating around. At least the most popular one, I'd say, or at least the one that I feel like got the most recognition, was it was showing presumably one of the protagonists of the game, what looks like a Latina woman. Hey, she had some cakes. I'm just saying. Let's just let that be known. Like she was robbing a store, but obviously a lot of the stuff was rough and unfinished. So yeah, but I mean, it looked good. I mean, obviously keeping in mind of the roughness of the game anyway, but that seemed to be the biggest video that was making the circulations. But there's a lot of miscellaneous other ones where they were either more, it seemed to be just more or less rougher in regards to just character models and certain aspects of the game and stuff. But at least that's the only notable one I've seen. But man, huge ass leak. Apparently, like 80 videos were leaked. It was pretty crazy, pretty crazy. So obviously, in game definitely wasn't done, but that was one of the biggest aspects of it, was that obviously people like were heavily criticizing the game, but one, it wasn't even ready to be shown yet. Two, it was leaked, so you know it wasn't even, you can't you can't be scrutinizing a leaked game in terms of like it barely isn't even ready yet. And then it wasn't even finished, so you should not judge a game that wasn't finished. This could have been a build from like 2019 or whatever, but I digress. So you got that. Pretty messed up though. But basically everybody, just Twitter and everywhere else, was on fire. This is probably, I believe this is being said to be one of the biggest leaks ever in the history of games specifically. But then Rockstar Games finally came out regarding the leak. Quote, we recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. We are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to this next game when it is ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation. Rockstar Games team. So, yeah. Messed up. I'm kind of both sides of leaks. Part of me is like, man, we finally at least get some kind of confirmation that this game exists, where you know, of one of the most popular, like very closed hush companies of all time, Rockstar Games, where you literally never hear a peep of a game until it's close to actually being released. But then on the other side, it's like, you know, this isn't how they wanted the game to be shown. And then on top of them like, you know, this getting leaked and being shown against their will, people are heavily scrutinizing it when they shouldn't be, because it's not even necessarily representative of the actual game itself yet, because that could have been a build from many years ago. So it's tough for somebody like me. I mean, it was cool to see, at least get some confirmation, but like at what cost, especially considering like everybody else, you know, just heavily going in on it. But I mean, at the same time, it is a good boon for Rockstar, you know, technically, even though they don't need it, because this game gonna sell like hotcakes when it eventually comes out anyway. But it's just unfortunate all around. You hate to see it. But at least from the leak footage, at least some confirmations in terms of some of the rumors that were spreading around. So it definitely does seem to be a female protagonist, or I think they said it was going to be like a Bonnie and Clyde type, you know, satire, I'm assuming, you know, given that it's Rockstar. And then that it is actually going to take place in Vice City, or AKA Florida, Miami, Florida, or it might be all of Florida. Who knows the extent? I would assume it's all of the state of Florida, you know, if 5 is any any concern. Or maybe they might not go as big, and they maybe just might focus on making all of the whole area, the world, as in depth as possible. I don't know. Could be possible. I could see that. So that's kind of cool. But at least from what I saw, I mean, considering you not even are supposed to see it yet, I'm like, okay, it looks good. No, but nothing. It's a lot of stuff we don't know yet, regardless, because that was a bill from who knows how long ago, and was probably like, you know, piggybacked off of the GTA 5 engine to some extent, I'd assume. So pretty unfortunate, man. You hate to see it. I would have wished GTA or Rockstar, whomever, that yeah, this is always, it's not the best way to go. But my guess is that it was probably because of the work from home, implementation, that maybe somebody, well, at least like they said, a third party took advantage of it. And maybe that's how that came to be. Probably they're gonna be locking down on that. I'm very curious to see Rockstar and like what the company is like at this point. Maybe they just like, noticed this and then just moved on immediately after that. Who knows? But messed up, man. Messed up. Really is. They'll be fine though. If at worst, this really only helped them even more, because like obviously people gonna talk whatever they want to talk about the game, but the game is gonna sell like crazy regardless. So this did not hurt the game at all. I don't think hurt release of the game at all. Like, no, this is still going to be the juggernaut that the GTA series always is. So just unfortunate. Moving on. Marvel Games Showcase actually took place. It's a lot, so probably gonna skim through some stuff. I'll at least highlight the most notable stuff. Marvel Midnight Suns finally getting a release date, or they pushed it back but didn't give a release date, but now they did give a release date, December 2nd, 2022. I think it's coming out at the same time as Callisto Protocol, so two very different games. So I mean, they still got a chance, Is there really anything else notable that's worth talking about? Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think that's kind of gonna be like a what was it actually? It's been so long, I need to refresh my memory. So like a free to play, I believe, like a free to play, just like toy box, kind of like I forgot what the that one Disney game was. Look at the trailer real quick. I'm curious.
There once was a dream world.
Let me switch my audio. Can I switch it to game? All right. Yeah, I guess it's just like a collective Disney world where you can make your own avatar. It seems like, at least from what I'm getting there. So that's cool. Probably the biggest highlight, I'd say, is probably the new game coming from Skydance Media, who involves Amy Hennig, who like I think was a writer for Naughty Dog for a long period of time, I believe. Let me fact check that real quick before I misinform. Yeah, she's a video game director and scriptwriter. Well, at least currently, but yeah, formerly from Naughty Dog. So I think she mainly worked on Uncharted, at least notably there. So working on at least an interesting premise at the very least, a Black Panther and Captain America game, but also seems to have a Wakandan woman as well as like a standard World War II soldier, and basically there's gonna be a game set like that in that, you know. Well, I guess it's still up in the air, but it does seem to be World War II era Black Panther, and then, you know, Steve Rogers, who, you know, at least started out during that time and then was frozen. You know, at least got that. I wonder if we'll see Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? Who's the black Captain America? Not what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Isaiah Bradley. There we go. That'd be kind of dope. I bet there'll probably be a cameo. I'd be down for that. So it looks like those rumors were true. Well, it seemed to be like two different rumors. It was one where it was like a straight up Black Panther game, which I'm guessing is probably this. And then there was another one where I think it was a Black Panther and Captain America game. So either way, it seems to more or less be true, albeit a little shriveled up or jarbled up, if anything. Outside of that, that was pretty much it that really stood out. Everything else was very, you know, cell phone game gimmick, gamble game, and got Return to Monkey Island if you're a fan of that. I've never really played those, so I don't have experience with that. Marvel Snap, like I said, a Hearthstone-like card game for PC and mobile. A Marvel-themed AR game with Niantic, the people that made Pokemon Go. Yeah, just a lot of not necessarily super enticing stuff. Tron Identity. It seems like it. What is it? Just the title card, so we don't even know what the hell that's gonna be. So, yeah, it was definitely hyped up more than at least what it was anticipated to be. But you know, that's okay. That's okay. Moving on, man. There are so many damn showcases. My goodness. So many showcases, just showcases left and right. So there was a Ubisoft Forward over the weekend. First they of course talked about Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Skull and Bones. Apparently, I didn't watch the whole presentation. Apparently there'll be optional PvP and crossplay at launch. I'm kind of I'm interested in Skull and Bones as somebody who's a fan and really love the what do you call it? Well, I guess the naval battles in Assassin's Creed 4 that I think will be pretty dope. Pretty dope if they just basically just fully go in on that and make it in this game. I definitely would be interested. At least really enjoying Assassin's Creed 4 implementation, which essentially this is apparently what it's going to be. So Riders Republic, I guess some DLC. BMX will be added. I guess that apparently wasn't. I assume that was. What else? 2 more seasons of the game for the Division 2. Okay. Guess they showed a trailer for that. Rainbow Six Mobile. Maybe it's literally just Rainbow Six and mobile, I would assume. Trackmania, Rocksmith Plus, Just Dance, because it wouldn't be a Ubisoft forward without Just Dance. Assassin's Creed. So they announced the new next Assassin's Creed, which is Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I believe is coming out it's coming out next year. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was going to come out this year. At least got more time to try to catch up, even though I'm very behind. Last one I played was it 4? I think it was 4, Assassin's Creed 4. Black Flag, that was literally the one I played before. So they announced that in a mobile game, man, they going in on mobile. Codename Jade. Apparently it's going to take place in old China. And then they announced Assassin's Creed Codename Red, which is basically a powerful shinobi fantasy will come to life in feudal Japan. Yes. About time. About time. About time. About time. So finally, we got what everybody was wanting and asking for. An Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan. Being a ninja doing ninja shit, but under the Assassin's Creed moniker. We've been wanting it. We've been wanting it. You know Ubisoft was saving it just for, like, break in case of emergency, backup plan in case just sales were tapering off, which obviously they, I think it's somewhat apparent I assume they are. I don't know. I can't necessarily say that factually, but I would guess that the series is on the decline. So this is definitely the shot in the arm it will need. I'm assuming this is probably maybe gonna come out in 2024, since Mirage is coming out in 2023, or if they're gonna keep this cadence of a 2-year cadence instead of a yearly one, which I don't think is the right move for this series. Yeah, 2025 will be fine. So we'll see. We'll see. Not sure what Assassin's Creed Hexy is. Maybe it's like a collaborative thing that, like, oh no, I think this is the standalone multiplayer thing. Yeah. Or no. Assassin's Creed Infinity is a hub that will unite all their Assassin's Creed projects and players all over the world. They will develop more standalone multiplayer modes within the Assassin's Creed universe. So maybe it's, let me see, what is, I think it's a hub. It seems to imply that it's a hub, but we don't really know. Unless it's another project, I don't know. Not sure about that. I guess they didn't really tell us much. So, yeah, Ubisoft forward, I guess. Ubisoft, The really only highlight for me was Assassin's Creed Ninja style. But moving on. Nintendo Direct was announced. I think very shortly. I think there was rumors that because of the Queen Elizabeth's death that they were contemplating not doing it, but they chose, I guess they chose not to live stream it, but they did release the video of the Direct either way. So it was a fair amount of stuff to nibble on from this Direct. You got Fire Emblem Engage, basically a new Fire Emblem game. Got Marth in there. I guess some dude and girl that could make their hair like red and blue. Like I recall a joke. People were saying that the guy looks like a VTuber, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. It Takes Two coming to Switch was pretty dope. They showed, at least showcased, is that two people with two Switches. So if you got a Switch and somebody else does, you can share or play the game cooperatively that way, which is pretty dope. instead of being, confined to a split screen, which is not necessarily that bad either, but just cool to have another means to play that game cooperatively. Even the fact that it's coming on a Switch is pretty dope as well. Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Apparently this is a remake of the Wii game, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, coming to Nintendo Switch next year. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got a new DLC, Hero Aino, coming with Wave 3 for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass. Fist of the North Star, fitness boxing game. I'm like, all right, I guess. All right. I ain't gonna lie. Part of me really want to try it out, though. I just might. Coming out March 2023. Tunic, the game that was on Xbox Game Pass, coming to Nintendo Switch September 27th. Front Mission getting remakes. Front Mission 1 in November of this year, Front Mission 2 in 2023, and Front Mission 3 in the future. I think that is a new game, that it's not a remake. A lot of damn farming simulators and JRPGs is definitely the theme of this direct. Splatoon 3, I think just do a pre-release trailer for that. Octopath Traveler 2, Final Fantasy Theatrium. If you into them beats, you trying to hit A at the right time of the beat. Hey, Final Fantasy Theatrium. That's all you. That's all you. Mario Strikers Battle League update. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where they just announced more tracks with that extensive pack or whatever. Golf coming with Switch Sports. So basically they're pushing it back, I believe. So you have to wait there. Pikmin 4, they announced. They had like a little teaser, I guess. So I'm like, all right. Bayonetta 3, I think we got a new gameplay trailer. Resident Evil Village, of course, along with 2, the 2 remake, 3 remake, and 7 I think was already out via Switch Cloud. So there you go. I still gotta try out. I'm just out of curiosity to see how bad it is, or maybe as bad or decent it is. Playing that. So we'll see. Sifu coming to the Switch. Hopefully that it's 60 FPS. That trailer did not do it justice. I think we actually got more extensive video, more extensive gameplay of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which was pretty cool. I dug that, of course. Tales of Symphonia Remastered for the fans out there. What else? Anything else notable? That was pretty much it there. But probably the biggest revelation from this was Nintendo 64 games added to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. You got Pilot Wings, huh? Mario Party 1 and 2 and 3, huh? Pokemon Stadium, how about Pokemon Stadium 2? 1080 snowboarding, Excitebike 64. That was a pretty dope game. I do remember that vividly. Coming, but the biggest one of all, GoldenEye 007 coming soon in Nintendo Switch Online. Yes. I'm not even a big fan of GoldenEye. I like Perfect Dark more, but just knowing the presumed like trials and tribulations to get this even going is I think probably what I'm more excited for than the actual game itself. But what's interesting about this is that yeah, so GoldenEye is going to be released, but it also is going to be released on Xbox via Game Pass, where that version is 4K well, not necessarily remastered, but upscaled at least. And you know, I think has higher frame rate or whatever. It doesn't have online, but it is included if you bought the Rare Replay. That game is included with that that game if you purchase that. And what's even more interesting is that for Nintendo Switch Online, this game will have online multiplayer for the Switch specifically, but not the Xbox apparently, which is weird. Interesting choice, but definitely looks like you know, Nintendo and Xbox being buddy since Rare, Microsoft purchased Rare, so presumably the rights and whatnot went to them. But I thought on top of that, the rights were also maybe partially with Activision, or maybe that contract lapsed or something like that. So very just fascinating, just in terms from a legal standpoint, how they managed to get this game going, because I think that was a part of the big issue of getting this game to actually, you know, be brought back for the most part. So yeah, I dug it. Pretty decent Nintendo Direct. I mean, hey, if you like farming and our JRPGs, boy, you had a lot to chomp on. I'm just saying. If you man, hey, I just want to farm. I just want to farm today. Boy, we got some stuff for you. Oh, it's funny though. I love it. Moving on. Yet another damn showcase, direct, whatever you want to call it at this point. PlayStation State of Play, also within the same day, dropped their stuff. So we got starting off Tekken 8 officially announced, revealed, where they showed a little gameplay cinematic clip of Kazuya and Jin you know, fighting. You know, they're the sibling family rivalry continues, you know, after Heihachi and Kazuya. Now is Kazuya and Jin, you know, obviously next in line, you know. So, you know, they was fighting, doing the dialogues. Everybody's muscles was big, and rain was dropping off them. Their muscles was straining. It was great. Man, boo was flexing everywhere. You love to see it. You really do. It looks good though. The graphics looks very great. Obviously, this seems like a cinematic story mode type thing. Doesn't seem to be indicative of like the actual gameplay, even though there are certain, you know, specs of it you could definitely see in the trailer. But finally good to get confirmation that Tekken 8 is a thing. Yeah, just love to get that confirmation. So what else? Oh, of course. Didn't think it was gonna happen, but we finally got it. Yakuza Ishin getting a Western release. Love to can see it. It's so good. So Yakuza Ishin, which is basically it was exclusive to Japan. I personally imported it because I got into a huge Yakuza kick. I probably talked about it before, back in like 2011, I want to say. And, you know, played the ones that came out here, and then realized that like a lot of them were stuck in Japan and didn't come out in the West until much later. But I definitely, hey, I'm not gonna understand it, but damn it, I love the gameplay that much. So, but yeah, so this was basically a like spin-off of the Yakuza games, where it was basically set in feudal Japan, and included a lot of the characters from the Yakuza games, but in a different setting, but the same likenesses and whatnot, which was pretty cool. I remember playing it and thoroughly enjoying myself, even though not really necessarily fully enjoying the story. But at least now I will actually be able to just take in the game all over again in a brand new light. The game is apparently is straight up being remade, not even being like ported, straight up remade, and presumably getting English as well as subtitles to be properly played, which is fantastic. It's just great, just great. And they're calling it Like a Dragon Ishin. So it seems like which makes sense now that I think about it, that like they're literally dropping the Yakuza name, which was, I guess, try to be edgy and relatable in the West, but it in a lot of ways it doesn't make sense anymore, considering like Kiryu's been long gone out of the Yakuza gangs, and all the other primary characters aren't in a Yakuza. The Yakuza are very much just a tertiary like plot in a good amount of the games lately. So it makes sense to literally just have the word translation of the Japanese game, which is, it literally translates to Like a Dragon, to be translated and be the official title of the games coming out here. So I'm with it. And, for it being pretty much accurate to the game, and as well as probably trying to ride on the coattails of Yakuza 7, which is called Like a Dragon here, to get maybe pique the interest of more people in that regard too. So I dig it. Wise choice. And I guess to piggyback off that, there was a Ryuga Gotoku like showcase as well, where they talked, I think maybe gave a little bit more detail about this Ishin game, but there's also going to be a Yakuza Gaiden, I think is in the West going to be like a Dragon Gaiden, where it basically has the plot of Kiryu from the events of the end of Yakuza 6 to Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is going to be dope. Going to be a traditional beat 'em up, which, hey, I am all for. Then on top of that, they revealed Yakuza 8 as well. I don't think they necessarily revealed the official title in the West, but I think it's at least going to be Like a Dragon something. But it's going to have two main protagonists, which will actually be Kiryu, silver-haired Kiryu, by the way. Very curious how that came to be. What's the story behind that? Is Kiryu just at that he had like in life crisis because he's been like 40 for the past 20 years or whatever. Maybe just like, I need to feel edgier. Let me get that silver hair. And then Ichiban Kasuga from the Yakuza 7, two main protagonists. So I'm pretty down for that. Hey, I'm all for. They could keep bringing Kiryu back as many times as they want. I'm not gonna say a thing. Actually, I'm gonna start being suspicious. I'm like, all right, what are we doing with Kiryu at this point? But at the same time, I'm gonna be like, but we could always use more. We could always use more Kiryu. I'm just saying. Synduality was like a near automata like game, third person shooter featuring mechs. Seemed interesting. Project Eve, but I guess it's now renamed as Stellar Blade, coming next year. I think, is this the exclusive? I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive, PlayStation 5 exclusive, I'm gonna say. Looks shiny as hell. Everybody just looking just shiny. Just, it's like somebody put baby oil on everybody. That's not a bad thing. I'm just stating what things are looking like. That's all. That's all. What else? Open world samurai game, Rise of Ronin. Yes. Dude got using, the katana, but then he also using like revolvers and shit. It's great. It's great. I love it. Sign me up. Sign me up. Then probably Hogwarts Legacy if you care. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so did not really appeal to me. But of course they ended it with a bang as well. Put the bread on the other side of that just delicious sandwich of the PlayStation exclusives, which was God of War Ragnarok. Weirdly, before they did that, they showed a exclusive limited edition DualSense controller. Like, all right, give us what we really want. And they're like, oh, all right. We was playing. Then they, showed God of War Ragnarok, a fairly extensive trailer, showing a lot of various things. Like, we went to so many locations. I felt within that span. I was like, man, yes. Then they freaking towards the end, you got Kratos fighting Thor, of course. I'm telling you right now, probably gonna replay that boss fight probably at least 5 times, at least. I'm curious if it's gonna start. I feel like they're gonna start off with that. My guess, maybe they could or couldn't. I don't know. At least with the trailer, the teaser at the end of the first game, it seems like it implies that it's maybe going to start at the beginning of the game, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like a straight up teaser, just to tease what's upcoming or something. So would be pretty dope either way. Sign me up. It was just so much in that trailer to talk about that I just give it to me now. You didn't even have to show me the trailer. I would have got it anyway. But you know what? Thank you anyway, PlayStation. Thank you anyway, Sony Santa Monica. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Yes, definitely. Ragnarok. I want a Ragnarok. I know that much. I want a Ragnarok. I know that much. But I digress. And yeah, that was pretty much the Sony State of Play. Pretty strong, I have to say. Pretty much a good majority of the games spoke to me personally, for sure. Loving all that feudal Japan. Hey, if it's zombies and feudal Japan setting based stuff, I'm eating it up. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Call of Duty Next Showcase. Pretty much this consisted of showing a little bit of Modern Warfare 2 as well as Warzone 2, but I think since Modern Warfare 2 is pretty much out, now I'm going to talk about that in a bit in terms of what I've been playing actually. I think it's good to get into Warzone 2 because I think they shook it up pretty decently. Need a recap of what they actually did. So, at least from my impression, Warzone 2 was basically feels like a mix of Warzone and Call of Duty Blackout, or Black Ops 4 Blackout mode, where I think the pickups were more backpack based, where it's like literally a whole backpack you search in rather than like miscellaneous items on the floor. Obviously, a lot of this stuff can be changed before the game comes out, but yeah, you got that. It definitely feels totally new from what people are saying as well. This is going by like a fair amount of people that were able to play the game, I think specifically during that event. But they did also reveal the map. I forgot what it was called specifically. what was it? Al something. Al Mazrah. Al Mazrah. That's the new map. So has some of your tried and true locations, locales. What are some of the new mechanics? Oh, I guess there was the addition of swimming and fighting underwater in Warzone, which that was. I think that's why what was getting people to remind or get them to be reminded of Blackout, which had a fairly significant portion, of water that you can navigate as well there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that kind of alludes to the main game, but you can hang from ledges, which is interesting. I definitely have some things to talk about that. Where you can use your sidearm while hanging. Then the dolphin dive does come back in an interesting twist of things, which actually makes sense. Probably the biggest, at least from somebody who played it a bit, but fell off. The Gulag is back, but in Warzone 2 it's gonna be 2v2. So at least what they were saying, at least at the event, was that you'll be paired with a random person. Well, I guess obviously depending on if you do solos or duels. I'm not sure how that works, but you'll generally be paired with a random person that you'll face in the match, or that you're against in the match, and then you'll be forced to create an uneasy alliance, and then take out the other team, and then if you win, then you both get dropped into the zone like normal, which is interesting. I'm curious to see how that comes to play, but they did say that NPCs will also factor into this, which I'm not a fan of, because I hate, especially if I'm assuming if you're in the Gulag and maybe isn't anybody for you to match with yet, you'll face a robot, and where in some cases the AI can be just as brutal as real players in some cases, because they have a just dead accuracy, and can be shooting without looking and crap like that I think in some cases can be unfair, depending on the situation, of course. But we'll see. I don't know. That doesn't sound appealing to me. I like the classic good old just 1v1 gulagging. But if they maybe just keep it to players only, actual players and not AI, maybe I'd warm up to it a bit more. And probably one of the definitely bigger additions that's pretty interesting, that I think is very unique and will shake up the battle royale genre, is this whole concept of 3 separate circles during a match, which I think is pretty cool. So instead of just one specific circle in Warzone 2, it'll be 3 unique, distinct circles, where this will indicate or I would assume encourage more creativity and less camping, I would guess, in terms of, obviously you can still camp, but I think it'll just make things a lot more interesting for Warzone, rather than being confined to one particular circle and choosing that, versus having your own separate battles within the unique circles, and then them presumably gradually coming all together and being conjoined, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, so the safe zone splits into multiple circles. Match continues. Circles reduce in size. Then the circles converge into a single safe zone, which I think definitely see a lot of battle royale games gonna copy off that. But it's a pretty cool concept, and I think definitely will freshen up the battle royale genre. As somebody who's not a huge fan of it, I'll be down to play it time to time, but I don't know. I forgot about that too. So there's going to be no loadouts or perks in Warzone 2.0, which is weird, because I think that's one of the cool standout features of Warzone. I feel like they're going to eventually basically back out of that, and I think we'll eventually get loadouts and perks back, because that was a cool feature of Warzone that I think was really cool and unique to that game. But we'll see. And then probably the other big significant thing was AI factions, which is basically these patrol locations there where you know, shoot AI, and if you kill all the AI in the area, you'll get a pretty beefy weapon or whatever loot is there, which is kind of similar to like pretty much a lot of the other battle royale games. I don't know. We'll see how it is in practice, but I've yet to play Warzone, so I'm not sure how I'll feel, but I don't know. At least on paper, some of this seems a little too drastic. Like, I really dig the map circle splits. Not a fan of not having perks or weapon loadouts. We'll see. I mean, worst case, I guess they could. It seems like a lot of the decisions they make could be, you know, patched out and, you know, reneged, if you will. We'll see. But pretty cool. Of course, they showed gameplay, the multiplayer, which was decent. So yeah, dug it. Dug it a lot. Dug it a lot. Moving on. Of course, we had Tokyo Game Show as well. My God, so many showcases and events. It'll make your head spin. It was a lot coming out. Let me see. Is there anything? I remember there was some little tidbits of info. I guess it was kind of tied under. I don't know. Let's see. Tokyo Game Show. Anything at least new? Oh, we got some details about Final Fantasy 16. I think that we'll actually get a trailer in October, which that's pretty significant. Earth Defense Earth Defense 4.1 Shadow of New Despair will launch in December 22nd in Japan. EDF. Oh yeah, I think they revealed a lot of Street Fighter 6 stuff, which is great. I think that took place during Tokyo Game Show. So you got or was that? No, I think you got Ken, Blanca, and E Honda. So showed a little bit of their gameplay, as well as like what seems to be some single player campaign story thing, which is cool. What else? Anything in particular? I guess we did get more gameplay of Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Oh yeah, Dowsum included with Street Fighter 6. Also the closed beta test coming between October 7th and 10th. Exoprimal story trailer. Resident Evil 4 remake. They announced the PS4 version. But they also announced an announcement of a Resident Evil showcase coming out in October. I think a little bit after the Winter's expansion DLC comes out, which they showed a little bit more of in regards to some of the new enemies in the Tales of Rose DLC, I believe. Monster Hunter Rise expansion title update 2 had a couple new monster variants they added. What else? Flaming Espinas, Violet Missisune, Rising Camellios. You know, some layered weapons, layered designs, event quests, anomaly research quests, which they went into a little bit. Yeah, that's actually a lot they revealed at Tokyo Game Show. Anything particular? Oh, Overwatch 2, a new hero, Kiriko. I'm not sure that, I don't think that's necessarily tied to Tokyo Game Show, but maybe it is. Makes sense when you think about it. What else? Anything else really worthwhile talking about? Some gameplay for Like a Dragon Ishin. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. So, yeah. Good news. Good news. And that concludes, the news for this week. Talk about what I've been playing. Of course, getting back into Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, trying to get into that DLC, of course, after begrudgingly basically starting anew on a PC to work my way up to the Sunbreak content. What I've been doing. Actually been finally incorporating my Steam Deck, which has been a I've admittedly been abandoning it for a good while, but now I've had some opportunities to mess with it, and I'm really digging it. Being able to play on a Steam Deck and then of course play on my nice juicy PC is great. It's great, and then be able to, your data will be able to sync and whatnot. I'm digging it. Progressing, I've gotten to just recently beat up Astalos, punk ass, and what's the other monster before that? I don't know. They're all jarbled together, but I at least fucked up Astalos. That's the one I remember because he deserved it. Getting my butt kicked. Oh, the Autogaron variant, I forgot his name. Something Garon, the wolf looking thing. He was cool. I got a weapon from him. I'm digging. Got a cool dope switch axe for beating his ass. I love it. And that's the thing too. I'm starting to play switch axe a little bit more now. I've been kind of bouncing between a lot of them actually. Like basically whichever weapon I got the materials to make that is powerful enough, that's the weapon I'm generally playing with, whether it be the hunting horn, great sword, long sword, or switch axe. It's pretty much one of those four generally, and lock some more switch skills, which I think is kind of mixing up the game a lot, which I'm very much digging. Some cool new additions that I'm still probably experimenting with and getting a feel for, that I'm just digging all around. So it's great. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. Then, of course, Modern Warfare 2 beta, early access beta for PlayStation. I managed to get a code. Well, I tried to get a free code by, doing a trick by pre-ordering on Amazon, and then they give you a code and then you could just cancel the order to get it that way. But it seems they've been stingy this year because only got one code and didn't get it nowhere near in time until pretty much after everything was said and done. So I basically ended up buying a code on eBay for like $2, I think. So it wasn't that bad. Was not that bad. Actually, I got ripped off. I tried buying it from somebody and I never got it. I gotta report that. I'm gonna report that. It's $2, but it's the principle. I digress. But yeah, so got into the beta, and man, I mean, it's Call of Duty. I mean, what can you say at this point? But it feels good. The potential is definitely there. It's overall, I feel like I'm digging it, but I definitely have a fair amount of gripes. Probably my biggest gripe is with the perk system. After playing it for a bit and thinking about it, I don't think I'm a fan of it. So at least with the perk system, this go around, basically you can pick 2 standard perks, and then a third perk you pick is timed. So basically you don't get this perk until the third, until like halfway through the match, basically. Which I'm not really a fan of, because I feel like that just makes things too muddy, and then I gotta focus on that, and they're like, oh, okay, I got this perk now. I don't know. It feels very arbitrary. And then there's a 4th perk that you get even closer to the end of the game, that even then it's like I'm not a fan of, because like, why do I have to wait when I could just use the perk like now, like the previous games? I don't know. It just feels like a step backward, and it just feels very arbitrary to implement in the game. I just wish you give me 4 perks and that's it. Just give me the 4 perks from the start of the game or something. I'm just not a fan of the time perk system. Apparently you can, I'll take that back. It is timed generally, but if you perform well, you can earn these perks faster. But it's like, I would rather just give me the specialist perk, where, you know, if I'm playing good, then I get like all the perks in the game, or I could be, you know, perked up. I prefer that. I love the specialist perk, you know, streak system. I do like the fact that you can swap between score streaks or kill streaks, which is pretty cool. It's good that they at least give you the option where if you like to get kills, you can go that route, or if you like to be a team player, you can go that route. So I like them giving you the option to do either or, at least this go around. What else? Other than like some of the obvious issues that I know are going to be fixed, you know, before the main game comes out, like the muzzle flashing and the weird recoiling. I just know that that's going to be fixed, so I'm not necessarily too caught up on that. Spawns were kind of weird. Yeah, the spawning is a little weird. It seems to be based on spawning with your teammates rather than, like, you know, on different sides of the map from the enemy, which is weird. It's been a lot of funky kills I got. Like, literally, I just spawned and got killed, which is no fun. I do like the new gunsmith system. Well, it's kind of somewhat the same, but still different, where, you know, a different base of a gun will change the total property of the gun. So what was once a machine gun will now be like a rifle or a LMG or like a SMG or something like that, which is cool. I just wish the menu, yeah, that was one thing too. The UI was kind of little all over the place. Hopefully they could fix that over time, because just a lot of stuff felt convoluted. Speaking of though, shouts out to some of the glitches in the game. Found out fairly quick that there's a glitch where you can like get deadly silence. You're not supposed to get that until level 30, but there's a glitch where you can actually get that early. There was a glitch to get the Latchman, which is the MP5 essentially. Apparently it's locked up till level 15, I want to say, but there was a trick to unlock that as well, capitalizing the overkill perk. I think they patched those out by now, but it was pretty cool being able to mess with those weapons when you're not supposed to yet. I don't know. I'm digging it. It has a lot of potential. I don't know. I can't really say for sure until the main game comes out, because that's when I feel like I'll really get a good feel for like, yeah, this is what I want. I definitely dug the progression. The progression felt just right within the beta, at least. I'm guessing maybe they probably sped it up for beta purposes, and they're probably gonna slow it the fuck down for the main game. But I would hope they would keep it that pace, because that definitely felt really good. Like 3 matches, you like literally got everything for a weapon, which is, I'm totally okay with that. but part of me thinks they're just doing that for beta purposes. So overall, yeah, for week 1, I was digging it. I can't wait for week 2. They implemented some new changes. I heard they sped up the second tertiary and quadriary perks. So we'll see how that feels. I don't know. I still wish I just got the perks then and of itself. Shouts out to Last Stand, man. That perk sucks. Now that's the fourth perk you can earn towards the late game, but that perk needs some work, man. You barely can even fight back like Last Stand from the older Call of Duties. Trash. Just trash. Any of the new stuff, the decoy I wasn't really a fan of, but I've seen other people use it to a better degree. I didn't, for the decoy, which is basically like a inflatable, person that you can use to throw people off. I thought it was only like triggered by an enemy going near, but actually you can manually trigger it, which I didn't know. So that might mix it up. Apparently there's a grenade that you can throw on walls that goes through walls. That seems like it's going to be broken, but I have not messed with that either. It's a lot of stuff I didn't really get to mess with or play with, but I definitely plan to weekend 2 of the beta. Hey, it's Call of Duty, baby. Hey, I'm a sucker for Call of Duty. I'm not even gonna lie. Well, I'll at least play like through a prestige, but if I prestige more than once, that's generally indicative of if I really like a Call of Duty or not. That's what, at least from past experiences. If I prestige more than once, it gets my stamp of approval. Did I prestige more than once in Vanguard? Nah. Did I prestige more than once in Cold War? Nah. Did I prestige more than once in Modern Warfare 2019? You bet your ass I did. Now I'm motivated. So, yeah, I'm digging it. Only time will tell till the full package comes out, all polished and pretty and whatnot. But, with that being said, that includes all I've been playing for this week. Getting what I've been watching, which has been She-Hulk. Saw episode 5, which was great. You got She-Hulk and Titania taking her identity and crap, and she like, what is this? And then they have a legal battle and take it to court, and then she win, and it was good. I'm digging She-Hulk though. I like the change of pace. It definitely goes against the grain of typical Marvel, media. But I'm digging it. I'm digging She-Hulk. I'm digging it a lot. Everybody cooled down after the Megan Thee Stallion twerking mess, controversy, whatever you want to call it. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Oh, of course. Did I? I don't think I did. It's hard to keep track now. It feels like so much time has passed. I'm not sure what I've talked about or not. But did I? I don't know. Cobra-Kai season 5. That was great. Finally, I felt like I talked about this before. Did I? I'm not sure. No, I don't think I did. So Cobra Kai season 5, fully finished it. Just some good ass, corny, just satirical, like wannabe Karate kids fighting each other and drama and oh, you broke up with me. It's great. Cobra Kai is great. I dug this season. Definitely leads stuff open for a 6th season. I think I thought I heard they confirmed it, or at least they were playing very coy about it, but if that, either that or they're doing some spin-offs, or I think now I heard there's going to be a new Karate Kid movie altogether. I'm curious how that's going to play out. But yeah, I'm digging out. It'd be cool if we got Hillary Swank, I believe. Have her from the new Karate Kid, I think that was called. I remember that movie. I think I watched that a few times, but that'd be cool. She comes into the mix somehow. They got a lot of potential. They definitely left things open to explore more of Cobra-Kai. So I'm definitely dug up that for sure. Then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, new set of episodes. It seems like that's what they're doing now. So they're giving you a whole set of episodes, and then you have to wait, and then a set of episodes to wait. So probably won't get another until 9 months from now, it seems like. But at least, yeah, saw this. I don't even know what you call it. This sub set of episodes, which is a lot of episodes. I just wish things would end in terms of like just give me all the episodes so I could just binge through them all and feel complete in life. But no, they don't. They won't do that, because why would they? Why would they? Why would they? But I did enjoy it. Of course, typical JoJo fashion, all these various random, enemies and stands, and what do the stands do? What are their tricks? What are their weaknesses? And episodes of finding it out, and, rinse and repeat, which, you start to really see how much of a theme it is. But it's cool. I dug it. I just wish things concluded, which at least I felt like it was. I thought like, okay, this is part 1 now, this is part 2 now. Apparently it seems like it's going to be a part 3, going by how things ended. Just give me it all. Just give me it all at once. I see why people wait until everything is out, but at least the course of this is very long stretches anyway. So, but yeah. Also watched Tekken Bloodline, which is the episodic Tekken series on Netflix. It seems to mainly take from Tekken 3 plot wise, but definitely take some liberties in terms of adding some, non-existent previously elements, like Leroy Smith is weirdly in this, which is fine. It's just I don't know. I watched it. I watched the English dub. It was okay. It just I feel like it could have. I feel like it could have maybe elaborated on some of the side stuff more. It seemed to primarily focus on Jin, which is, a given, but I kind of just wished it. I wished it, I don't know, just spread the love a little bit more. Maybe like do some side stories of some of the characters or something, maybe to mix it up a bit. And, obviously have Jin be the primary, but maybe like, show a little bit of, King's story, maybe a little bit of we got a little bit of Leroy Smith's somewhat, but maybe show a little bit more of his backstory for this, especially considering he's technically a new character since 7. That would have been cool. I don't know. It was okay for what it was. A part of me just wished they spread the love a little bit more. Like, they skipped over a lot of the fights of some of the more notable characters in the series that I kind of wish, like, I would have liked to see that fight or something. I wish they could have leaned on that maybe to kind of make this a better package, I feel like. But for what it is, I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay. Could have been better though. I'm not sure, maybe if it was the English dub, maybe if I tried it in Japanese, but it was okay. It was okay. And with that being said, I think that will conclude episode 163 of Swish's Sights. If you did enjoy this podcast, feel free to like, rate, subscribe. 5 stars are greatly appreciated. You can watch me record this live on Twitch TV/aswitch. Also catch the archives on youtube.com/aswitch. And yeah, until next time, y'all, feel free to fuck. Get your damn game on. Aw, yeah.
Nobody's safe.